Alright, guys, I am back. Alright, so the video I wanted to make is about, and I was reminded by this, is about Kira Sheard. I think that's how you say her name. She did an interview and she made statements about when her friends come in town, I guess, or to visit or whatever, she'll book a hotel to keep them away from her husband. So we get people on both sides of this argument. Some people agree, some people disagree, some people think it's stupid, yada yada yada, right? So for me, I would hope to have a different type of relationship where I don't have to have this problem. And you know, everybody keeps saying, oh, you know what older people say, because that's what she's saying. Her mom told her not to have people in her house, like, period. And then she mentioned something like, oh, you know, being a Christian, you're supposed to share what you have, but I'm not sharing my husband. I'm paraphrasing because I'm driving. I can't read it verbatim, but go look at it if you're unfamiliar. But so there's a couple of points here. My understanding of it is either her husband ain't shit or her friends ain't shit. Because for me, that's the only reason I could see someone saying they don't want their friends around their husband. Because the way she said it meant like they can't be around her husband, period. Like, they don't need to breathe the same air as her husband, right? Initially, before I read the article, because of the highlighted text that most people quote, I assumed she meant that they can't spend a night in her house, right? Which for me is still a little problematic. But again, you know, it is what it is. That's how she feels. It's her husband or what have you. That's 100% fine. So, my thing is, a lot of people, and I found this too, I used to hang out with a group of females. I don't even talk to any of them right now. So we're no longer friends. But we were all in relationships. I think at the time only one was married. We were all in long-term relationships. But I found out that once I was single, they started acting funky. And it was weird. It was like a weird energy, almost like I was like the single friend and they didn't trust me type shit. Like, that's the energy I got. And I remember feeling like, the fuck? Like, I don't want y'all niggas. None of them. No thanks. Not at all. Not even a bit. No. That's what y'all like, good for you. But no, it's a no for me. Right? But I remember feeling like that. And this conversation brought that up for me, because I feel like a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, single women don't need to be around nobody's husband. Let me just tell you this. If somebody's gonna fuck your husband, they're gonna fuck your husband. It doesn't matter if they're single, if they're married. Like, a married bitch will go in your house and fuck your husband if that's the kind of bitch that she is. So please stop putting on this single women shit as if because we're single we want your man. Like, that's not how this works. Like, you either trust someone or you don't. Like, their relationship status should have nothing to do with how you react with them and to them, right? Because I feel like that point keeps coming up. Like, oh, you know, she's single, this, that, and the third. No, it really, no. So for me, that's one of the points that I need to bring up here. Like, stop putting single women in this thing. Like, if a woman is dirty, she gonna be dirty. So if she gonna fuck your husband, it don't matter if she got a ring on her finger or not. And people like, oh, well, if they're married, shit, it don't mean they happy. That's why a lot of people cheat, because they ain't happy. Fuck a relationship status, it don't matter. And sometimes they cheat just because they want to cheat. Like, they just want to try something else. They just want to be somewhere else. They want somebody else up in them guts. They tired of the same dick. Whatever. But I really need this narrative to stop about it being single women. It's not single women. It's just a woman who wants to fuck your husband. It does not matter if she's single or not. Okay? I just want to put that out there because I keep seeing this shit like, oh no, single. No. If you're gonna keep women away from your husband, keep women away from your husband. It doesn't matter if they're single or otherwise. Me personally, and you know what? I don't really call it insecurity. I'll call it maybe fear. But whatever. I'm not judging you. That's fine. But shit, maybe I need to act more like this because as we see, I always have issues with men who don't know how the fuck to act because maybe they got too much freedom. I don't know. But I'm not about that life. I cannot police you and your penis. I need you to want to keep that shit in your pants because you want to keep it in your pants and you only want to stick it in me and only me and whatever, you know, or whatever is discussed, what have you. So I digress. But in my group chat, I know it was, you know, some people agree, some people didn't. And someone said something like, you know, if it's a sober situation, which I understand that too, because I feel like alcohol makes people do dumb shit, but alcohol does not make people do dumb shit. Alcohol makes people do shit that they want to do and just blame it on alcohol. You know what I mean? So I always say do not blame alcohol because all alcohol does is remove the inhibition. So if you wanted to do that shit and you drunk, you're going to do it and be like, oh, I was drunk. I didn't know I was doing. You probably weren't thinking straight. You probably were obviously inebriated, intoxicated to the point where, you know, your cognitive responses were altered. But my nigga, you wanted to do that shit. And that's usually why people be like, oh, I need to drink before I have sex. I need to do, because you want to do it, but you need to not even relax. You just need some shit in your head to be turned off so you don't overthink the shit. So for me, I feel like that's what alcohol does. It makes you do what you already want to do. It's not gonna make you into a whole slut if you ain't a slut. It's just not gonna happen. Okay? So yeah, I get the sober thing, but for me, I'm just like, you either need new friends or you need a new husband. And that's the only way I can kind of see it, because either you don't trust him or you don't trust them. And I can't have female friends that I don't trust. Granted, I'm not going to have you all up in his face. I'm going to need you to maintain some kind of social distancing or some kind of boundaries, because that's just out of pocket. You're not going to be all up in my dude's face. I don't care. I don't really care. Social setting, restaurant. Because some women are just a little too friendly, right? I don't really deal with women like that because I don't want to have to punch you in your face. We already established that I'm a little bit territorial. So I would think anybody that knows me would know that you're not going to be doing all that shit in my face. You're not going to be playing in my face. So with that being said, again, I feel like it's a me thing, you know. So I would like to hope that when I do get married, my husband would be able to be like, yo, your friend is wildin'. She did XYZ. You know what I mean? And it just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have a conversation with her because I trust my husband. I know he's not gonna make nothing up like, oh, your friend want me type shit. Okay. You see, my video is just not letting me be rude right now. Great. Like I was saying, I would hope and I would assume that I would be in a type of relationship where my husband is comfortable coming to me to say, yo, your girl is wildin', or your girl did this, or your girl did that. And me not have to be like, oh, you know, if she tried him, maybe he wouldn't tell me and he would just go for it. Like, we're not doing that. So that's my take on it. I understand it, but I would personally hope that it doesn't have to be that on both sides. Like, either your friends are both sides, meaning your friends are not gonna try him no matter what's going on. And if somebody put God out their thoughts and decided to try him, he would be open and willing and trust you enough, and the communication is there, and the relationship is there and potent enough for him to be like, yo, your girl, da 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 da. You know what I mean? And that's my take on it. I get it, I do, but still, I would, you know, I feel like you gotta know the people involved, and you gotta figure out your circle and figure out who you want around you and all that good stuff. And with that being said, I'm gonna end this video. It's already past 10 minutes, and I also need to find freaking parking. All right, great times. Later, y'all.